begun by a scientist who discovered, quite by accident, these signals being sent. Please understand, they are safe as long as they are not discovered.
A kill list was intercepted. It says everyone in this room will be dead. You're number 2 on the list. Well, who's number 1? An unknown, a civilian.
Look out for Charlie.
I want him down.
Okay, I want you to stare at these wounds for a minute. These are not radiation burns. These are not microwave burns. These are bite marks. Bite marks by a guy who is being tortured with Guantanamo Bay style tactics. And if he doesn't bite his arms, they hit him with voice of God weapons and they give him pains and shocks and other treatments. And to get rid of it, he has to bite down on his arm. Now, since the beginning of the 21st century, these types of weapons have changed and the tactics have changed and they have mimicked Guantanamo Bay tactics exactly. This covers about 5 of them. Let's play the video one time.
More blood for Big Brother. Another day, more blood. They're never full. Never full. Yeah. They're never full. This is what they want every couple of days. This is what it takes to get them to stop microwaving me.
So he said, this is what they want every couple days. This is what it takes to get them to stop microwaving me. Now, to the lay person, this would just seem like a crazy guy biting his arms. But I assure you that he is not making this up. And I'm going to show you a couple things. This covers about 5 Guantanamo Bay tactics. Number 1, rewards for partial compliance. Because he's playing the game. Once you begin playing the game with the sound weapons that are attacking you, then they know you're a prime candidate. He's playing, so they're playing.
Rewards for partial compliance.
Degradation.
Method 7. Degradation.
This is what it takes.
Enforce trivial
Method
demands.
number 8. Enforce trivial demands. Enforce you to do things that are totally trivial and not important, like raise your hand or touch the ground.
Or bite the shit out of your arm. Do you see where this is going? She's not talking about electronic weapons. She is talking about the Guantanamo playbook. This is taken right out of the Guantanamo playbook.
Basically what they're doing is they're conditioning you to do what they want you to do, so that when they really want you to do something, you'll do it.
Exactly. So what's going to end up happening is they're getting this guy to bite his arm. They know he's a player. He'll play the game. Then they're going to ask him to do worse and worse things. Then they're going to ask him to end up killing somebody or doing something insane. And that's how these weapons work. That's how this system works now. Now that they've been able to, quote unquote, talk somebody to death, as one of the commanders or generals said within the last 15 years. Enforce minute rules.
Enforcement of minute rules. So maybe they make a rule of you have to have a star drawn on your leg at all times, or you have to have your left shoelace untied at all times.
Or you have to have bite marks on your arms 24 hours a day.
Basically, they're conditioning you to do everything they say and abide by all of their rules.
So this guy is getting set up for something bigger. I never wanted to play this video before because his arm was so gross, but I just came to the point where it's something that I've studied for a while, so you have to see it.
Exploitation of wounds.
This is what they want every couple of days.
So the demands are just going to go up and up and up. If he is willing to chew his arm to shit and play the game, it is going to get worse and worse for him. His mind is not making this up. Something that fits right into the Guantanamo playbook. His mind is not making this up. And I'm going to show you some audio from this video. Where are these voices that he's hearing? Well, they're in his recording, and you can pull them out. You're just not going to hear them the same way that he's hearing them. So he says in the beginning,
Another day, more blood.
another day, more blood. Then you're going to hear voices here before he starts talking.
They never fall. Never fall.
Now this takes over by voices here. That's not him. So I'm assuming that the guy is probably about 37 years old.
Yeah. They never fall.
Okay, that was him.
This is
That's
what they
not
want.
him.
This is what they want every couple of days. This is. This is what it takes to get them to stop microwaving me.
And I haven't even dug deep into this audio. This is a very, very superficial run through the audio because I didn't have time to go through this and really dig deep. He's playing the game to try to get it to stop. And by wounding himself, he's making it worse because I guarantee you that now the demands have gone up and up and up. And he's probably been institutionalized. I've just showed you that it's certainly not from something in his imagination. There is sound physically in his vicinity of voices that cannot be there, that are in the ELF and tinnitus area spectrum. When brought into focus, all it takes is a little know-how to bring them out. And they're there. Like I said, since about 2001, 2002, the tactics of Voice of God weapons changed to Guantanamo-style tactics. And I have a video on that. I'll link below. You can go see that if you're new here. This guy is chewing up his arm so that he isn't hit by these weapons. And the demands are just going to increase and increase and increase. His mind is not making this up. His mind is not making up something that fits directly into the Guantanamo playbook archive. Believe me, this is ridiculous. It's gone too far. People are getting murdered left and right. These people are the most prolific serial killers that have ever existed, period. They're just getting other people to do their dirty work for them and driving people to do things. And in 10 years, 20 years, you're going to come back and you're going to think about this and you're going to go, man, I really should have listened to that guy. Now let's quickly listen to the audio here.
Never fall.
Okay, he just said that. Now let's go to the adjusted audio. You heard him talk, then he says nothing. Now check this out.
Never fall.
There's the 37.
Never fall.
In a part of silence with no audio in it. Every time anybody records that's being attacked with these weapons, there is evidence, whether you can hear it in the initial audio or not. If somebody is attacked with these weapons and they go along and play the game like this, the demands and the torture is just going to get worse and worse. If they comply at all, it is just going to get worse and worse until the person ends up landing in prison for doing what they want or ends up being institutionalized. You cannot play along and play the game. This is terrible. It's terrifying. It's horrifying. It's sad. It's many things. But it's also the worst possible move you can make. Do not stand in a corner with your hand in the air. Do not bite your arm. I do not care what the demand is. Do not play the game. If somebody is hitting you with voice of God weapons, do not respond. Do not do anything. Do not play the game. There's too many people like this out there that end up doing stupid shit. And him biting his arm is only going to end up turning into a Myron May type demand from them to him, where he ends up doing something really stupid that they want done. And this guy is in my vicinity. As far as I know, he's probably about 5 miles away from me by what he said in past videos. I've analyzed a little bit of his audio in the past, and it's obvious that it is full of frequencies and signals that should not be there. This is a lesson in itself. Do not play the game. And if you're unaware of this stuff, you better get hip quick and realize that his mind did not make up Guantanamo Bay tactics. I usually don't do this, but after the fact, I found this while editing down the video. There's a voice here that says he's recording in his driveway, and the noise, do not listen to this on your phone. Listen to this on speakers or good headphones. I will loop it where it says he's recording in his driveway, and it's there. There's recording. Use real speakers or good headphones. It says he's recording in his driveway. So there you go. That's it for now. Look out for Charlie. That's it for now. Look out for Charlie.
Oh man, I like this kid. This fucking guy's crazy.